what happens when the players and the DM have creative differences. Let me describe the situation. The game was Monster of the Week, a segment of the Powered by the Apocalypse system that emulates shows like Buffy, Supernatural, and The X-Files, where the players are put in situations that involve a monster or paranormal phenomenon and figuring out how to kill/mitigate it. While this sounds like every role-playing game ever, a big sticking point is that Monster of the Week requires the players to figure out the specific weakness of whatever monster they are up against. They can't just hammer at it until it's dead or no longer a problem. It's got an investigative bent to it that I really like. The monster of this specific adventure was a Rakshasa, and its weakness was that it could only be killed by the smoke of a baobab tree, which was the only hole in the invulnerability it had woven for itself. That's kind of the pattern of Monster of the Week. The Keeper, aka DM, establishes the monster's capabilities, and the players have to figure out a way to deal with its abilities and exercise the weakness. Present an issue, and then players, ideally, come up with a creative solution for it. The game is built around cooperative storytelling and being able to improv with each other. That is not how it went this time around. When we had learned what the creature's weakness was, we started brainstorming how to leverage it. We thought about tricking it into a bonfire of baobab boughs, but we weren't sure that would work. We thought about somehow capturing the smoke to use as a weapon, when one of my fellow players showed me a YouTube video where a Japanese mad lad makes knives out of improbable things using do-it-yourself tools. Things that he's made knives out of include seawater, pasta, fungus, tape, potatoes, and for this specific video, smoke. I thought it was ingenious. All of the other players thought this was ingenious, and we showed it to our keeper, and he said we could do it. We followed the video, burned the wood, capture the smoke, mix it into an epoxy, and shape a blade out of it. We set up a kill box to lure the creature into, fight its minions, and then rush at the thing with the smoke blades. And nothing. The weapons break, no damage dealt, no weakness activated. I asked our keeper if he's serious, and he informs us he definitely is. Now at first I'm thinking we got the weakness wrong. Our crew withdraws, getting very hurt in the process, and collect ourselves again to plan. I immediately say, alright, so we have to figure out this thing's real weakness. Our keeper immediately pipes up. No, baobab smoke is the thing's weakness. You guys got that right. We all looked at him. Wait, what? Yeah, the Rakshasa's weakness is the smoke. You guys made good tests to figure that out. I'm not pulling the rug out from underneath you. I shook my head, wondering if there was some misunderstanding. Then why didn't the smoke knife hurt the thing? He shrugged. I thought it was lame. It's not really made of smoke. It's made out of epoxy mixed with smoke. It didn't make sense for it to hurt the monster. One of the other players added, actual smoke is just particles of the burning thing mixed with air, but that wouldn't hurt it, right? Not the same thing. If it wouldn't work, why didn't you tell us? We had an actual factual wizard with us. If there's some mystical reason this wouldn't work, then we should know. We went back and forth on this for a while, our keeper giving us absolutely nothing to work with. Eventually, he let slip that he had no baked-in way to defeat the monster, that he was hoping we would come up with something interesting and creative to fight the thing. I asked him what could we possibly do that was more interesting and creative than turning actual smoke into an actual knife, and he had no answer. He literally could not come up with any real way to complete his adventure. That realization sapped all the energy we had out of the proceedings, and we called it an early night. Me and the other players talked, and we figured out that we didn't want to risk something incredibly stupid like this happening again. So we contacted our keeper and called it. He was a little unpleasant on our Discord after that, but nothing came of it. The fizzling out isn't even a particularly good story. That's how bitter of a taste it left in my mouth. I have heard of many DM being surprised with what players come up with, but this is the first time that I've heard of a DM disappointed with their out-of-the-box solution. I mean, as DM, you have to at least have a concrete way to solve/overcome a situation that you have created. To have your players waste their time on an inferior solution to a problem with no solution of your own leads to a bitter situation for everyone. Yeah, sometimes players are going to come up with a solution that you weren't expecting, but it's up to you as the DM to support and foster creativity, not just approve solely things that you want. What do you all think about this situation?